Hi guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, and I have some fun videos for you. You guys, this is technically very embarrassing. This is take 3, okay? I have a really fun unboxing for us today. I told you we're having an indulgent period. I have finally spent my Teresa X Vestiaire Collective not sponsored credit, and I'm so excited to show you guys what I got. First and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put out videos 3 days a week, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, for anybody who has been following my channel, my cute little tiny little channel here on YouTube, okay? I had a bit of a scandal last year. Okay, not me, but I accidentally, unknowingly purchased a replica Savette bag from The Real, literally more than a year ago. I went so many embarrassing months wearing that thing to the ground, loving it, okay? Literally 9 months. So awkward and so embarrassing. That whole video will be in my channel if you care to watch, or if you've already seen it, I'm sorry for repeating myself. Yada, 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 long story short, the clasp broke. I sent it off to Savette to get it repaired. They said, sorry to tell you this, ma'am, but this bag is not fake. Immediately got a refund from The Real, sent that bag back, and then purchased the exact same one, which happened to be in season in the color mink. I then I just had the heebie-jeebies from that experience, okay? I feel like it had some weird juju. And despite the amazing advice to sage it, to do some Palo Santo, every time I wore it, I was like, I'm just reminded of how many times I wore the fake one and proudly paraded it around New York City. And yeah, I was so embarrassed. And so honestly, I just needed to start fresh. And even though I knew how much I loved Savette and I know how much I love their bags, I just, again, wanted to kind of like clean the slate. And so a couple months ago, actually was this like, yeah, 2 months ago-ish, I submitted 2 of my bags. Let me see if I can remember. My Fendi Peekaboo and Python, which we love. I still love that bag. That bag is amazing. Another kind of, I really love The Real, so I don't mean to be like disparaging them in this video, but a kind of weird snafu. I didn't realize that the Python, I thought it was like, anyways, this doesn't need to be in this video, but I thought that it was like a rare gold edition. And yeah, it turned out somebody had just purchased the white one, probably spilled on it, or didn't want a white bag anymore and had like a leather person paint it gold. Yeah, it wasn't as special as I thought. And so I hope whoever purchases that bag, like it's such a good bag. I'm just very particular. And so I sold that one. Honestly, would consider rebuying in like a natural Python. There's one on Fashion File right now in case anybody else is interested, like myself. And then I sold my mini Louis Vuitton, I almost said Fendi again, my mini Louis Vuitton Papillon. So both of those things gave me a nice little credit, okay? Your girl was out here recovering from, my neighbor called it my Victorian lounging lady era, which we love. I was over here just laying on my booty for the last month, 5 weeks to be exact almost, and tomorrow when you guys are watching this. And she had a lot of time to do some scrolling, okay? And so I was really debating. I'm gonna tell you the bags that I was debating between because they're real good. The black Magda Buchum, I actually don't remember what it's called, so forgive me. It will be here on the screen. The little like clutch moment that they have. Love, 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 love. Especially as soon as they came out with the version now that has the dangling leather roses like already pre-attached. Magda, make those bag charms. I think you probably already will make them like separate bag charms, but like we want them as separate bag charms, please. Just a side note, that one was like really high up on my wish list running. I then recently, this is so naughty because I have so many pouch bags, I don't need another. I literally did not think about it once until I went to the row in person. The Mira clutch. I should just not go in person because that bag is like me to a T. It is so good. It is so tiny. It's so cute. The colors, I'm just so afraid. It's like that yummy, I don't even know what I would call that. There's like a beigey, really, really, really light cool tone beige. It's almost white. And so for a bag that's that luxe, like the leather, don't even get me started. For a bag that's that luxe, I was really scared to get it in that light of a color, and they never came to my Teresa yet. So I held off. I was kind of waiting for a couple weeks to be like, will they be arriving on the website? They never did. I actually almost forgot. I really ummed and awed about an Lela collage moment because I'm kind of obsessed. However, your girl has not gone and seen them in person, and so I probably should before I get a clutch. Also, I have so many bags like it. Also, I didn't really like the Lela in general when it first came out, and so I took that as a sign. And then I realized my Teresa X Vestiaire Collective budget, not budget, my collective credit, my Vestiaire Collective X My Teresa credit was Savette sized, okay? It was perfect. Perfect girl math Savette sized. And long story long, as I always like to say, she just told a very long story. We went with Savette, okay? And I ummed and I awed, but I will stop torturing us and show us the actual bag. I think, yes, okay, because there's two explanations, because I went with a surprising shade and I went with a surprising style. So without further ado, here is my second, but possibly in some universes third, considering, you know, the one that we shall not name anymore, my second Savette bag, which I am so excited. I hope you guys are going to be proud of me, okay? Can you see the bottom of it yet? You guys, we went with the red. I know, shocking. If anybody's new here, you're probably not that shocked because like normal people purchase bags in different colors. I'm realizing that my hyperfixations don't just go into my business. They also go into my collecting. And I should have known this for the last 20-something years. But yeah, she definitely hyperfixated on the color brown last year. And so it's been a really hard time for me trying to go outside of my own boundaries. And so for me, this color is genuinely such a shock, and I actually am so excited about it. First of all, pause this, let me know if you're shocked, or let me know if this is a really fun like pop of color that like actually will work. So two things, obviously, if we cannot already tell, this is the slim. I should probably move over here a little bit. This is the slim. I am an idiot, and so I should have waited to have my regular Savette Symmetry Pochette so that you could see the size difference. But I will tell you, I kind of thought, like, not to say that I don't trust Amy Zurich because I think she's like a tastemaker and one of the most amazing designers of our time, but when it said slim, I was like, it can't be that slim. It looks like the same size. The dimensions are so close. It actually is much slimmer than meaning in height. It's a bit sleeker, okay? It is definitely a different silhouette kind of like in general than the Savette Symmetry, the regular Pochette. She's a little bit less tall. She is clearly much, much, much longer. And you know what? Even though a Kelly cut is obviously my dream bag in this lifetime, you know, every time Tamara busts out her crocodile or alligator or whatever, I never know, green one, your girl nearly faints, okay? The black one she just got, oh my God. I'm having a love affair with black bags lately. The two bags, other than this one that I've purchased this year, have been black, and that is what I kind of was waiting for. I was really waiting for the black Symmetry Pochette to drop on my Teresa, and it never did. And I trusted my gut. I hope you guys are gonna say that my gut was correct, but I trusted my gut because the second this was dropped on the Instagram, I think I even maybe saw an Instagram ad for it, or maybe even like the first email, she was like the head photo for this new season, and my heart did like totally skip a beat. And so long story short, I did kind of have the flutter, butterfly, exciting feelings the second she dropped. And so what I was going to say is that even though a Kelly cut is that was a long tangent, sorry, but I'm bringing us back home. even though the Kelly cut is probably my dream bag in life, okay? You know that I'm okay with knowing that one is not in my immediate horizon. That's okay. I'm gonna renovate my kitchen first, okay? Totally joking, but I'm kind of actually like really not. So let's renovate my kitchen and my bathroom. And then I can think about getting a Kelly cut years and years and years down the line. That will be an exciting time in my collecting life. But until then, I'm obsessed with the cut shape. Just realizing that I have a bag that I will compare it to. Essentially, I think this year has taught me, only in the 4 months, you know, it's only early April if you guys are watching this in the future. 2025 so far has taught me that my gut instincts might be right, but that sometimes I try to like justify away a bag, meaning I'll really love, okay, this is what I'm learning. I'll really love the silhouette and the uniformity, the design and the shape and the size and the mechanism of a bag. Like this is so perfect. But then in my brain, I'll justify not getting it because I have something similar in my collection. That doesn't really make so much sense to me. The perfect example in this bag being, I have a very similar archival bag from the Rose, only second bag collection that is iconic and it's insane and it's amazing. And that, I almost said her and my doctor bag, it and my doctor bag are very rare and very hard to come by. But I was like, oh, I already have that shape in my collection. I don't need the slim Symmetry pochette. Let me get the regular pochette and then I'll have both. Literally, actually, that's so funny. I kind of forgot. I bought them literally a month apart a year ago, a little over a year ago, actually. And I don't know why I've done that. And so we're gonna step away. I already have stepped away from doing that because essentially if I love a shape, why wouldn't I get that shape again? But in a different bag because I know I'll wear it. And something about the slim Symmetry pochette, I'm gonna say something that goes against my own rule because I've been trying so hard to get away from the word flattering. I've been trying so hard to like try to understand that things just are okay and likable and lovable just for being that, and they don't have to look good on you in order to be good. So I'm gonna break that rule right now and say, up against a figure, the slim is very flattering in my opinion. When I wear my The Row baguette bag, which I lovingly call it because I don't actually know the name, I'm like, she looks cute on a shelf, but like she looks even better up against a body. This, I don't know, something about it is like so sexy, so flattering. It's kind of like so exaggerated and unnecessary that something about it really flatters anybody's body, I'm sure. And so like, why wouldn't I get another? I don't know. We're stopping that behavior here. The one thing that I did do that's different, obviously, shall we go back to the color, is go for this because I don't know. I very much so debated. I really heavily debated between, again, waiting for the black. I had the My Teresa credit, so I was like, why would I purchase it on the website? I should recycle. Again, girl math, this bag was basically free. It wasn't actually, but I really traded 2 bags for this one. And then the second, literally after I purchased this, they did like a full restock and the brown came back on the site and this really pretty, very light, very cool tone beige came back on the site. And I was like, should I exchange this one? But I really think that this is such a pretty red for me. I'll show you some outfit pics right here. Essentially, I'm proud of myself for going for a shape that I really knew would work, but stepping outside of my comfort zone and going for a crazy color because it's Savette. I'm not saying that it's like entry level, you know, price-wise, but the prices are so good for the quality, I'll say, meaning, of course, there are many other brands that you could get much lower prices under $1,000 for, but, you know, a $1,490, $1,500 bag that I can kind of have fun with, I think is a good moment, if that makes any sense. Inside, essentially, we shall end with, is really, what do I have? The little bag tag in here. Cute. Just nothing very exciting. The inside is obviously the exact same as the regular Savette Symmetry Pochette, but again, much longer. I'm so grateful because I was scared for 2 seconds, but then I measured it and I was like, okay, I'm trusting the measurements here. I was nervous that my Louis Vuitton pochette that I put in all of my bags wasn't gonna fit height-wise. She fits perfectly like a glove. She might go over the lip like a tiny little bit, but it like perfectly closes. And then I have half of the bag still to put more things in, so she holds a lot. It's so, so nice and wide. Look at that yummy color. I know I'm like so late to the burgundy game, guys. But I knew myself, I know that burgundy is just not my thing until the most special moment comes along. I realized, why would I do this away from the camera? For anybody who's new or hasn't seen a Savette bag, you literally, whoa, this is hard to do blind. You literally just put it in there and then the top in, you kind of align it and then boop, it's just the cutest little swivel. She is stunning. She is gorgeous. I know I get excited about the smallest little things, but it is beautiful. And, you know, like the Kelly cut, you can also push the handle down and like do a little clutch moment. Again, something about how sleek it is, how literally, I know why they named the Kelly cut, because it's like a knife. It just really is like so sexy to me. This is such a cool, modern, yet like timeless. I know those are totally, you know, like opposing, paradoxical, oxymoronic words, but I think I love this, you guys. And here's the honest truth is that for a while I was like, okay, but I really do need a black one. Honestly, I could see myself adding the Symmetry Pochette back into my collection in black solely because I think that that would look so good with my new lelasophia jewelry cross bag charm, which is coming soon. So for now, I will love my The Row 90s bag in black. I didn't need a, you know, what did I just say? I should stopping myself from doing this, but for the time being, I have my cute little pop around black bag. And I hope that this is going to add a really fun pop into my collection, and then maybe eventually I'll add in the regular Symmetry Pochette. What do you guys think? I can't wait. I know this is a really long unboxing, I'm sorry, but you know, I love to ramble and I also feel like I have to explain myself for the color and the story. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. If you guys own one, what color do you own it in? Also, what material? Because this suede, sorry I didn't talk about that earlier, but my God. I had already owned the mink in suede and I knew how buttery and yummy it was. Again, Amy Zirk, you are a genius. What leather do you guys prefer? And essentially we have some fun colors to look forward to next season and I can't wait to hear. Thank you guys as always for watching and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye guys.